Hello Digimon fans and welcome to my channel! So all of you know that I play a blue deck. My Metal Garurumon deck, me looking for Vidramon and also the episode with my Taichi and Zero Maru promos. So, am I gonna build a blue deck again today? No, we will be doing a green deck. Why green? Well, this video is inspired by a friend of mine called Sebastian Aravena. Hey Sebastian! This video is for you because you talked about building a Tanemon Togemon deck. Yes, that Tanemon and Togemon pattern! Alright, let's see what green cards I have and how am I gonna put them into a deck. We've got all green SRs here. The Grand Kuwagamon parallel I pulled isn't here and is replaced with a normal art one. So, like the Vidramon, I actually sold it off and got the replacement via trade. Grand Kuwagamon here is the best level 6 you can find in green. Other than having Pierce, it also gives you a 4000 DP boost. Like what? No other conditions to fulfill. It just has to be during your turn. Like, what other cards give you such an awesome boost? We also have Herako Kabutorimon here. It's another Pierce Digimon and can also restand itself by paying 3 memory. So, it's a great partner to put alongside Grand Kuwagamon when you want to take down your opponent. There are a lot of resting mechanics in green which can be played to your favor and enhance your piercing strategy. So, these two will really come in handy. Speaking about rest mechanics, that's what Rosemon here is for. When your opponent directly attacks you, you can rest one of their Digimon. Well, Rosemon has to be in rest state, if not it won't work. And just for clarification, some people actually want to do this, but you can't rest the attacking Digimon to prevent it from completing the attack. This is because the Digimon is rested during the attack declaration, so it would still go through. So for our deck, we will have all 3 Grand Kuwagamon in it. It is a staple for green decks, so no doubt we will use it as our core. Now let's look at other green cards that we have. Now for Digitama cards. We only have 2 in green, Tanemon and Freemon. These 2 cards are pretty useful, so it's good to have both of them in your Digitama deck. Tanemon here gives you a 1000 DP boost if it has Digivolved at least once during that turn. Meanwhile, Freemon gives you an additional 2000 DP if your opponent has at least 2 rested Digimon on the field. Like, isn't that convenient? If your opponent had 2 Digimon on the field which attacked during the previous turn, then you get a free DP boost. Both cards are quite solid, so you just have to find the perfect balance between them, whether it's 3 Tanemon and 2 Freemon or the other way around. Or you might even go with a 4:1 ratio. So let's see what works best. Now for level 3s. So we have a total of 5 level 3s, but 2 of them are vanilla. So we'll just look at the effects of these 3. Here we have Tentomon. Staying true to its nature, Tentomon's evolution base effect allows you to rest one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 or less DP when you attack. Palmon here, meanwhile, is pretty important. It is a searcher. When you summon it, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and put a level 4 you find there into your hand. It just has to be a level 4 regardless of colors. This card might see some uses in other decks as well. Plus, 3 entry costs isn't too bad. Then we have Kokuwamon. It has an evolution based effect which gives you 1 extra security attack if you manage to digivolve it up to level 6. Now, can you imagine Heracule Kabutorimon with this card? You can literally delete 2 Digimon on the field and pick up 4 security cards in the process. Now let's look at what cards we have at level 4. As for level 4s, there are only 6 to choose from, and only 1 vanilla. Isn't that interesting? This time, I also included the vanilla here because it's Vegemon! Vegemon is pretty unique actually, because when Bandai initially released the full card list, Vegemon was revealed to be a 4000 DP Digimon. But when the cards were produced, it suddenly changed to 6000 DP, which prompted Bandai to change it to 6000 DP on their website. So, was it a misprint, or were their digital assets wrong? Well, no one knows for sure. So for those with effects, we will start with Ogremon. It is the only gemmer in green. And we also have Woodmon here. It's the only blocker in the set apart from Komon. And it is probably in this set because there aren't any green starter decks. So, unlike the other 3 colors, you can only get your level 4 6000 DP blocker from this set. And there is also Kuwagamon. It allows you to rest 1 of your opponent's Digimon when you summon. It can combo with the evolution-based effect of Kabutorimon here, which gives you a DP boost of 1000 for every rested Digimon on your opponent's side. So if there are 2 rested Digimon on the field and there's Fremon under it, that will give you a boost of 4000 DP. And finally, Togemon! Yay! Since I will definitely have Tanemon in the Digitama deck, there is no better Digimon to pair it up with than Togemon! Well, that's because they always appear together in boosters. Togemon is a pretty good card because it allows you to search for Digimon that are level 5 and above, and it triggers when it digivolves. Just make sure you don't digivolve it in the nursery area, or you wouldn't trigger its effect. Now that we're done with level 4s, let's go to level 5s. We only have 5 green level 5s in this set, and none of them are vanilla. Well, first one here is Digitamamon. It gives you an instant 3 memory boost, but you have to pay it back at the end of turn. Judging by the amount of memory needed to digivolve green Digimon, that 3 memory can really be put into good use. Another Digimon with an attacking effect is Jagamon. It allows you to reveal the top 3 cards in your deck for a level 6 Digimon which it evolves into. This means the DP used in battle will be the DP of the new level 6 card. Well, someone once brought up the possibility of it triggering the attacking effects of the level 6 upon digivolving, but yeah, I mean, there are no such cards right now, but who knows in the future? Well, sorry to disappoint you, but attacking effects are triggered when you declare the attack. So, even if you do find a level 6 with an attacking effect in the future, it wouldn't trigger this turn because it wasn't on the field yet when you declared that attack. Well, even though Jagamon might seem like a great card, a lot of players tend to steer clear from it. Well, apparently it's not that consistent and should only be used if you are sure that you can evolve it into a level 6. Well, green users, any thoughts on this? Now we shall look at the other cards, all which have evolution-based effects. This is Akuamon, which gives you extra memory when you delete an opponent's Digimon during battle. Looks like it suits Heracule Kabutorimon a lot, since you can attack twice to regain 2 memory. This would also offset the 3 memory used to restand it. Antler Kabutorimon can also give a similar effect, although it requires 2 of your opponent's Digimon to be rested. And last of all, we have Lilymon. So basically, Lilymon can rest 1 non-blocker Digimon on your opponent's side when it attacks. But do take note, you cannot rest an opponent's active Digimon, then attack it. Because you have to select a target before the effects are resolved. Now we're done with Digimon cards. Let's look at the tamers and options. We have 2 green tamers, Mimi and Koshiro. So Mimi is probably one of the best tamers in the game. Just like other BT1 tamers, she lets you start off the turn with a minimum of 3 memory. But if you have a level 5 or higher green Digimon in play, you can rest this card to either hatch a Digitama or move a Digimon out of the nursery area. Now imagine a playset of these things. You can keep hatching, evolving, sending them out to swarm your opponents during the main phase. Now that is really dangerous. As for Koshiro, it allows you to check the top of your deck for a Digimon card if you have a level 5 or higher Digimon in play. It's good for searching, but honestly speaking, I don't think it's as useful as Mimi. As for options, we got some pretty fun ones here, but the most important ones are these 2. Dimension Scissors and Flow Cannon. Flow Cannon has a parallel art, but I didn't manage to get it. So its effect is pretty simple. It rests 1 of your opponent's Digimon. It might not seem that dangerous until you play it alongside Dimension Scissors. So Dimension Scissors is the best board clearing option in the game. It adds an effect to your Digimon, allowing it to restand after destroying a Digimon in battle. The best thing about it, there is no limit to the number of times you restand. So imagine if you have Grand Kuwagamon with that 4000 DP boost and Kokuwamon and Kabuterimon as its evolution base. You will have at least a crazy 16,000 DP pierced Digimon which can remove 2 security cards with each attack. And best of all, its DP is higher than Omegamon, which is the card with the highest DP in the game. So it can keep attacking and restanding as long as your opponent has rested Digimon for it to attack. Now, isn't green a little too overpowered? The rest of these cards here are pretty decent as well, although not as overwhelming as these 2. Hornbuster boosts your DP. Smash Potato reduces evolution cost of level 6 Digimon. Giga Blaster has a similar effect to Flow Cannon, except that it can rest 2 Digimon of 5000 DP and below, while Forbidden Temptation stops your opponent's Digimon from attacking or blocking. Well, looks like we will definitely have Flow Cannon and Dimension Scissors to go with Grand Kuwagamon. So, what other cards should we have? So after looking through all the cards I have, I decided to build this green deck. Every card here was added in based on the reasoning I had during the previews, with Mushmon the only vanilla in the deck. Well, its inclusion is actually because it's a 4000 DP Digimon which costs 2 memory to summon. So similarly to why I had Amademon in my blue deck, I dropped some Mushmon into this. Well, sadly after playtesting, I kinda realized I fell into the trap which a lot of novice green deck builders fall into. Yeah, I mean, the effects of the green cards are cool and all, but it actually takes up a lot of memory to pull them off. Plus, I was quite accustomed to having a lot of draw power in my blue deck, so playing such a memory heavy green deck gave me quite a shock because it doesn't really have enough draw mechanics to get it going. So I had to switch out quite a bit of cards in this deck to make it set up faster. With no additional draw mechanics like blue, you need to optimize your memory usage so you can digivolve as many Digimon as you can to draw cards. Well, it wasn't easy considering that green is also short on vanillas, but I was still able to make do with what I had. Including Goblimon and Vegemon smoothed things out a lot. It allowed you to have a 6000 DP level 4 by using only one memory, even if you had to start from scratch. Titamon was also added to cut down on the gimmicks for a more direct beatdown approach. Also, Dimension Scissors was cut to just 2. This is because I wanted to limit the number of non-Digimon cards in my deck so I can reduce the chances of breaking while making my setup smoother. This is also the reason behind using 3 Tanemon as opposed to 2 in the previous deck, because since I could afford to pull off more evolutions and the chances of me landing a Digimon card is higher, I felt that it would benefit my deck more, as Fremon was highly reliant on the state of my opponent's board. Speaking about draw power, I was also tempted to add Koshiro in actually, but in the end, my deck just felt fine without it. Though some people do add one Koshiro into their deck for that additional boost after their Digitama deck has been depleted, but it's not really worth putting in more than one.
And so that is my green deck. Well, I probably wouldn't use this deck in any events, but well, I should say I am really happy that I actually took the challenge to build it, because it gave me a different perspective to the game. Well, initially I only had a very, one-track perspective to it because I was playing blue. I could draw freely with Upamon and all the other drawing mechanics of the game. So it was quite refreshing trying to build this deck and pilot it. Well, I might try other colors in the future. So, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Try it out in your local events or with your friends. So that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone.